Hi, welcome to TechCrunch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. All about Java, Collection Part 2. Today we are going to present you a live demonstration and implementation of Collection Framework Part 2 that includes set interface and map interface with syntax and example. So this session is divided into two sections. First part we'll see about set interface, and the second part we'll learn about map interfaces. So before we get into the set and the map interface, let's take a short review about our collection framework we have learned in the last session about list interface. So collection represents a single unit of objects, that is a group, and it represents unified architecture for storing and manipulating a group of objects. We have learned about the interfaces and its implementation and further classes along with their respective and associated methods. This enables you to work with group of objects and perform some operations like searching, sorting with the help of their basic methods like add, remove, contents, isEmpty, add all. And all these methods have been helped in manipulating and implementing in our real-time applications like inventory management or commercial applications and library management systems and many more. As per the hierarchy, there are the iterable is the root interface, as you can see here. And today we have completed the list part, and today we are going to cover the set and the map part. So in the first section, we'll see about the set interface that has extended further classes like HashSet and LinkedHashSet and the sortedSet and TreeSet. So we are going to work on these three classes first: HashSet, LinkedHashSet and TreeSet. So set interface extend collection to handle sets which must contain unique elements, and that means this doesn't allow the duplicates. So as you can see here, we have a collection of objects in a circle, and they have further alphabets, and all these alphabets are grouped together in the set form like set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. The only condition in case of set interface says that it does not duplicate. So all you can see here, all the letters in each the group is not repeated, it is different. So set 1 includes A, R and Q, F. So this type of functionality help you to storing the data and perform any searching and sorting algorithm, which by default consider that it is not repeating. Declaration of set and initialization is based on like this. Since set is an interface, so it cannot be create an object. You need to use the constructor of that class. So set basically interface has further implemented classes and methods like HashSet, LinkedHashSet and TreeSet that we'll see one by one later. But declaration of any specific set is being decided like this. First we have to mention set, then the creating an object equals the new just like an object and calling the constructor of respective class of the set. Now let's see HashSet. HashSet extends abstract set and implements the set interface. It creates a collection that uses a hash table for storage. Hash table stores information by using a mechanism called hashing. So hashing basically it is a particular information content of a key is used to determine a unique value that is called hash code. Hash code is then used as an index at which the data is associated with the key stored. Transformation of the key into its hash code is performed automatically. So basically what is happening in case of hashing, we have a data. It is stored in a tabular form, and every data of that table is associated with a specific unique key, and that particular key will help you to retrieve it and perform any manipulation on that data. The only condition in this case is the data has to be unique, because since it is associated with a value which is unique, so that cannot be conflict. The thing is that. Now syntax: set data type s1 equals new hash set data type constructor. Now, if you see the example HashSet demo, what is happening here? We are creating a HashSet object, and this particular set will have a method, inbuilt method. We have add and other hash next or next. So all these methods can be used to storing it in a list of set of objects like Java and HTML, and traversing elements and then iterating to read it again and again until the hash next will found in case of searching or sorting algorithm. Now another class we have is linked hashed set. Linked hash set class represent the linked list implementation of set interface. So basically Java supports data structure which is easy to use. So collection framework already has some inbuilt classes and methods which works on data structure. So one of them is called linked list. In case of linked list, we have seen there is a node, and that node internally it linked to another node by using the address, and that's associated with that, and that's how it is supposed to be. But in case of Java, it is already inbuilt in your classes and your methods. So all you need to just make an object and use it in your class and manipulate the data. So linked hash set is representing the linked list implementation. It extends the hash set class and implements the set interface. The hash set, just like it also contains the unique elements since it is a set type of interface class. So it supports the same behavior of it, like it has to be unique. The maintains the insertion order and permits null element. That's the only difference from the other type of set interface classes, is this permits the null element. So far we have seen that set interface supports unique elements, but in case of linked hash set, we have add-on feature here is that permits null element. Now syntax is set data type s2 equals new linked hash set data type constructor. For example, if you see here, we have the same code. The only difference is the definition. Linked hash set string set equals new linked hash set. So suppose in your application you support we have to have any kind of null elements allowed. In that case, you can use linked hash set. Now let's take a look at the TreeSet. TreeSet is another class that implements the set interface that uses a tree for storage. Like HashSet, TreeSet also contains a unique element. Now the difference from linked HashSet and the HashSet, the TreeSet will have the access and retrieval time of TreeSet is quite fast. The reason, the elements in TreeSet stored in ascending order. That makes it quite faster. So the declaration and initialization of a TreeSet object is set data type s3 equals new TreeSet data type constructor. Now in case of example, if you see TreeSet declaration is the same way. Here we are using the string type of data type and set and equals new TreeSet string data type and constructor declaration termination. Now that's the only difference in the code, but internally it works faster. So in case of you have a large amount of data, that place you can use your TreeSet. So based on the requirement where we need the null permission of the null element, or we need the unique elements, or you need to access fast, retrieval time fast, those places we use TreeSet. A set is used to provide a particular ordering on its elements. So basically sorted set is supporting the inbuilt sorted elements. So the elements are ordered either by using natural ordering or by using comparator. All the elements which are inserted into the sorted set must implement the comparable interface. Set iterators will traverse the set in an ascending order. Several other operations are provided in order to make best use of ordering. So this type of feature, or this type of set interface based object will help you to store the elements in order, in a specific order. All the elements must be mutually comparable. So that's what the difference from other set of objects. Demonstration. So let's take a look at the demonstration for set interface. Suppose an example of an application is library management system, where we have a list of books stored in a set interface object, interface based class object, and search for the books using that particular book and add the books to the reader using set interface. So this is my Eclipse IDE, and here I am going to continue with my last project of the collection demo, and here I'm going to use a set demo -tr for the, and I need a main method. So it's gonna be a simple Java class file. So this is going to be a simple Java class, and here I am going to use #set type of object, which is basically having a string. That string will be nothing but the name of the book. #set and your data type, so we can have an object of a book. New #set string and constructor declaration. It's showing me error because we need to include util package. So collection basically included in your util package. So you can see it's working now. So what we are going to do, there are two ways you can do: using scanner, get the value from the book name of from the user and add it in the set, or you can directly define it. So there are so it's showing me error because util package does not include the scanner one. Just make and set and add, and the string you can just call the next. See, so this will make a set of the books which the user entered. Now suppose, before that, let's first display what do we have in our set. So list of or set of the books, and the value will be your book, just book. That will display your all the name of the books you entered. And now look for searching for the book. So suppose for that, what you can do, you can have a variable search string, and you can ask from the scanner enter book name to be searched, and user have entered the variable which is stored in a search. So s dot next. So this is the book name. We have to get if it is available or not. So this book search is, you can use here, you can use your book dot, okay, we don't need this, contains the string, what the string you can pass. Here is string search. So this will return if it is available or not. true or false. This will return the Boolean value. Now let's take a look at the execution. So first I put the Java or HTML or Python and PHP, C++ programming. So look at this. This has entered in a sorted one because I have entered HTML second, but it took it later in the last. So it is showing in it no order. And suppose I wanted to find out for the PHP. This book PHP is available. It's true. So this is a small simple program to understand how the set work and how we can use in the real-time application. So we have seen about the set. Now let's take a look at the map. Before we get into the map, let's take a look at the hierarchy first, where it is started from. Map is a type of interface that extends the hash map class, and the sorted map interface further extend the tree map. So we are going to see our map, hash map and the tree map. Before we get into the details of the sorted map and hash map and tree map, let's first see what is actually map and how it works. Map contains values of the basis of key. So it works as a key and value pair. Each key and a value pair is known as an entry. So every data is linked and associated to another key, and that key further give you the mapped to the values. So map is very useful if you have a search, update or delete elements on the basis of a key. It works on an association relationship based on application. A map does not allow duplicate keys, but you can have duplicate value. It's very interesting and important to understand how it works. So map linking from the key and values and associated together. So value can be duplicated, but the keys cannot be. They are very unique. They are always be unique. Hash map, linked hash map allows null keys and values, but tree map doesn't allow any null key or value. So we'll see that in detail one by one. But for now, just to understand the mapping, how it works, suppose we have an application where we are going to protect like a cryptography or security or networking security or any internet security, antivirus. So all a bank application, which is most confidential and sensitive type of application, they have some kind of criteria and strategies to protect their data. And for that, they need to have the secured algorithm. That particular purpose, they use lots of other type of data structures. One of the way and the best way is the map. So basically how it works, when we ask for any kind of, whenever we apply for the bank application, they always ask you for providing their unique ID. And that unique ID will give you some random string. That string will link to your unique ID, and that link will further provide you the passcode or any other linked and the mapped keys. So that key will help you to open the locker or any kind of login system or any kind of application. So those things will basically associated to each other and providing you the secured system. So map always help you to come up with any kind of security system. So here suppose we have an application of a lock system, and that is mapped to the keys, and that keys, this is very unique. That's what the unique value, and these keys values will map and associate to the values of the data. So we have a data, and that data is secured with, which is associated with the keys to the application. So this is how it works. Values can be duplicated, but keys can never be duplicated. It is very unique. It is always unique. Now let's take a look at the hash map. Hash map is the implementation of map, but it does not maintain any order. So it is basically taking the associations, which is the application which is associated with each other, and they are not in order. They are not having any kind of algorithm inbuilt that helps to maintain the data in an order. Used in application with association needed like inventory management based software for creating ID map with product name. This doesn't need much security. It depends on what type of application you want to use in your data structure. So based on that, we use with our collection framework. So when it comes to such thing where we have to have the ID mapped with a product name, that's the best place to use for the hash map. Syntax, map name of the object and the new keyword and the hash map constructor. Example, if you see, all we have to first create a map interface, and since map has the key and values, so we need to define it in the integer and the string form like this. The syntax goes like this: map a new hash map, the further class name to make the constructor, but the definition will goes in the data types in two forms like keys and values, since keys will be in your integer form and the values will be in a string form. Although you can change it, it is like once you define, it will be like this, and then you have a map to put method where we are going to pass the arguments, the object definition. Yeah. So this is how we are inserting the values, and once this is done, then we can get the values and get the keys, and based on that we can map and perform the any kind of operation you want to find, like searching, associating, sorting, implementing, deleting, updating, inserting the data in the table. So this is how it works. Tree map, sorted map interface extend map. It ensures that trees are maintained in an ascending key order. Sorted map itself has a sorted algorithm inbuilt, and it has implementation in various classes like tree. Tree map is a red-black tree based implementation. It provides an efficient means of storing key values pairs in sorted. So we have seen here it is not in a sorted form, and whereas tree map always, so basically when it comes to the tree, that keeps it in your mind that tree always follow the sorted form algorithm. So TreeSet or tree map or tree list, everything is in the sorted form, inbuilt in a sorted form. So when it comes to the map will basically work in a key and value pairs along with the sorted order. Tree map contains values based on the key. It implements a navigable map interface that extends the abstract map class that contains only unique values, cannot have a null key, and can have multiple null values. Tree map is non-synchronized. Since it is already in a sorted order, so we consider it as a non-synchronized, because you can access it in non-synchronized means you can access element in from any point, from any, you don't have to traverse from the beginning. Basically that's the point. Map maintains ascending order. Syntax goes like this: tree map, key and value, x and extract map, implements navigable map, clonable, serializable, where k is the type of the keys maintained by the map and v is the values mapped to the keys. Example, it's just like that, but the difference is going to be a definition. Since it is already considered as an sorted, so you can see the execution, you can see how it different when it shows the execution. It will like show you it in a sorted form. Now let's take a look at the demonstration. Again, we are going to have the same kind of application, library management system, list of books, and which is associated with the key and values, and those keys and values will help you to find the book available or not. So I'm continuing from the same thing. All I'm going to create a new class where we are going to see the map demo. And here inside the main method, as you can see, I am going to first use hash map. I'm using hash map because I'm going to consider it as a library system. So this will help me to, and the integer, the key and the value, I'm going to make the same name as it was before. Hash map, same definition. So integer for the keys and the values will be your string type. and constructor syntax. It's showing me error because of the util package to include. So once this is done, the next is we are going to put the values. So in the set demo, we have used scanner class object and get the values from the user at the runtime. In case of map, I wanted to show you how we can initialize and get the values of the book and the key at the coding style. For that, you can use your map object, and here you can see all kind of method you can use in case. So I'm going to use your put method where we are going to get the value, suppose 1, and the name of the book of the value is like Sydney Sheldon. If tomorrow comes. Or some fiction or some book name of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. And complete reference here first. So here are the keys and these are the values. I'm giving it in the programming and coding. I'm hard coding the value. Basically it's called hard coding, where we are initializing already in the code. So let's give some name of head first. Or the last name of the book is going to be algorithm. So this is the hard code of the list of the books in library, and I am going to first display in the books. All I'm going to display the books on the list of the books. And suppose I wanted, now you can perform so many operations using those methods which are inbuilt in the map. So suppose I wanted to remove this head first from the list, since somebody issued already or it is not needed in the library and any reason, I am going to remove it from the list. So what I'm going to do here, after displaying it, I am going to use remove method. So remove method will basically remove the key and automatically it will remove from the list. So if you see here, book dot remove, and you can enter the key, and suppose I need to remove the key head first, that is 15. So this will be removed. The key is removed, the book is removed, which is associated with that book. So, and again, if you display that book list of the books after removing, and now I wanted to check if that book is available with that respective some ID, book ID, or first asking user is this book is available. And I wanted to know is algorithm is available or not. And in that case there are two ways you can do. Book dot, if you see here, you can use all these methods and think of what you can do. Suppose I wanted to check with the key contains, and we need to see if algorithm is available or not, and the key is 16. So let's see if it is available, what it says. So it will return the boolean value, true or false. I'll just make some space so that it will be more structured, and I think that will be all. Now you can see the execution. So it is hard coded already, so it will show you the name of the books. Here you can see books, all the books is available. Now since it is a map and map is already in the sorted form, so 16, and this is all associated equals, it is already inbuilt feature inside this map theory. So first head first is removed, you can see here. After that, if you see the book list, so you see head first is removed and is algorithm book is available, it says true. And just in case if I mention that head first is available now and check for that book which is linked to your 15, so since it is already removed this time, so it will show you false. That means that book is already removed, it is not available now. So this is the demonstration of map and the set using collection framework in Java. Important facts: list is a type of ordered collection, whereas set is a type of unordered collection. These are the facts are very important to understand because that help you to see what all places you can use these type of collection framework, objects and interfaces and classes and methods in the real-time application. Set is used to store only keys, and while map is used to store key value pairs. List allows duplicates, whereas set doesn't allow the duplicate elements. So these are the features you have to understand and make sure when you use it, because these are very basic and mostly used in interview questions. Hash set does not allow duplicate keys and is not synchronized, allows a null key. Hash table is synchronized and all allows duplicate keys. It does not allow null keys or values. A tree map is always sorted based on keys. Now homework. So we have seen demonstration for the library management. Now suppose we have to implement an application that helps you to recover the password. So write a Java code for admin to use set and map to take input from the user and search for it will return the password stored. So basically user is associated with that password, and though it will go like a map, user ID as a string and the password is string, and password is some random string and user ID is some specific name, and that is associated to that, and user is asking what is the password and getting the values from the user of their ID and returning the password for the recovery manager. So it's a small algorithm and very interesting. For any kind of assistance or source code or help, please feel free to contact techreg2019@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and do like our videos and post your comments and precious feedback. Let's make coding fun. Thank you.